Okay, the Geoguessr World Cup is in a little over 3 days. This is my prediction for the World Cup. You don't need to watch this, it's probably going to be all wrong. If I get the first match wrong, completely discard the rest of the video because it will all be bogus. Probably not worth your time watching this. I mean, maybe Potatoes made one that's probably more accurate. Darren is one that's more accurate. I'm making this to keep myself accountable and kind of put my thoughts out there and see how I do. And hopefully I can predict a few games correctly. So we know all the players now, we know everything that's going to happen, we know the game order, but I'm not going to use it because instead I'm going to use the amazing spreadsheet made by Atom here. He does lots of cool stuff, including the spreadsheet. I've got a blank one right here, I've already filled it out on my personal one, so I'm going to tell you all the games that I think is going to happen in the order and go through them as fast as I possibly can, because these videos take a long time to make, as I saw from the other ones that I referenced. Very long, and I wanted to have a voice by the end of the day. So let's start going. Firstly, Blinky Consus, they wanted the rematch because they didn't go on in EMEA. Those big upsets in the quarterfinals meant we didn't get to see them play against each other. So first game of the day, Geoguessr taking no risk. They need the content, they need this to happen, so they're rematching it, and I think that will really set the tone for the rest of the games. So, but I'm going to do it in order. So we're going to start instead with Shino versus Blinky, which is what Adam had in his spreadsheet. It's going to be a 2-1 victory for Blinky. Consus is then going to go 2-0 against Swan Gambit, and then Finbar goes 2-0 against CG. Really big super games here. Now we got our first 2-1, Shino versus Swan Gambit, and Blinky then goes 2-0 against CG. Again, I really like CG to take some of these games off, but like the players he's playing are so stacked, and like how do you take a moving game off Blinky? That's insane. So I think Finbar takes 1 game off Consus. I think Swan Gambit takes no games off Blinky. I think Blinky just goes straight 2-0 here. Then I think Finbar probably takes a 2-1 against Shino. CG, I don't think. CG game of Consus? No, I don't see it. Finbar, I think, will go 2-0 against Swan Gambit here. That'll really help his momentum and get him to be third in the group behind the two heavy favourites. I think Blinky would go 2-0 in this first game against Consus, even though I think Consus is really strong right now. Blinky's out for revenge, he really wants to win that game. I think he will win that game. I think CG goes 0-2 against Shino here. I then think, yeah, let's not use arrow keys for this, this is really slow. 0-2 between, this is an awful system. 0-2 Blinky versus Finbar, and then CG goes 1-2 against Swan Gambit, and then Consus goes 2-1 against Shino. Now I'll talk you through the standings of that group. So Blinky goes through 5 games, Consus and Finbar make it through to the knockout stages. Well, I think they'll both do very well. Really, okay, disclaimer, every player on this record is better than I am, so putting them at the bottom is like, it's just not fair at all. I'm biased, I love CG to win this group, or to like make it out of this group, or to not be in this group, but oh well. I haven't taken 1 game, that hurts a lot. Maybe you should take more than that. I'm gonna go take a game off Shino. Give me a second. Where's Shino? CG. Yes, there you go. Damn it, that heals my heart slightly. That number is slightly less enormous. Okay, second group. This group is insane. It's insane. I'm very biased in this group. Let's go forward. So I think Orlando's gonna win 2-1 against Deadway. Bit of an upset maybe, but Orlando's one on the grind. I think Depotic goes 1-2 against Bag here, putting Bag on really good momentum for the rest of the tournament. Zigzag 0-2 against Crooks. Orlando 1-2 against Bag, Deadway 1-2 against Crooks. I fucked that up massively, sorry for that swear. Zigzag 2-1 against Topotic, Bag, I think 2-0? I'll go 2-1 against Deadway. Zigzag goes 2-1 against Orlando. This is setting him really well to make it out of the group, which I think is a bit of a surprise, but he's going to make it out of the group in my predictions. Bag goes 2-1 against... I suck at this. Bag goes 2-1 against Zigzag. Topotic goes 1-2 against Deadway. Crooks will go 2-1 against Orlando. I've had to zoom out to make it all fit on the screen, so that's why it's hard to click on them. Deadway goes 1-2 against Zigzag. Again, I don't think this is... Sure, if I've said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Can't take it back now. Topotic goes 2-1 against Orlando to finish the group out there. So Bag, obviously make it out with 5 wins. Crooks, Zigzag, both on 3-2. That's really close. It feels terrible to make these predictions. All these people should be at the top of this group, but I've put Zigzag coming out as a bit of an upset in this group, but I think everything else is pretty standard here. I'm very biased towards Crooks. I would love him to win the whole thing, but I don't think he will, nor do I think Bag will. Speaking of winning the whole thing, we have Group C. So Kratsu, I think 2-1 against Jag Lions. I think he's going to win that game. He looks really strong in the EMEA. I think he's still kind of strong, although not strong enough to knock out Blinky. I don't think that's a likely thing to repeat. But we will see. I don't think they're going to play each other, so it's not going to matter. Anyways, I think Radu goes 2-0 against pretty much everyone in this group. He's just so strong. I really struggle to see anyone taking games off of him in this. Like last year we saw Consus didn't lose an NM game. I think Radu may go pretty similarly in this World Cup, but he'll also be so good at moving. I think Jake can take a moving game off him. I think Blinky can. I say Kratsu can't, but maybe he can. But not many people can take those games. I think Kurania beat Salmani 2-0, which is really funny. The two NPC specialists don't even go to NPC here. I think Radu just he wiped the floor with Spigot here. I think Kurania takes Jake Lyons 2-1. I think Jake's pretty good to win that moving game. He is really strong moving. I think Armani, I think he gets 2-0 by Katsu here, but I could really see him going 2-1. Because he should win NPC if it gets there, but what will he do in the NM and moving game? I don't know. I think Jake Lyons beats Spigot here. I think he's going to win 2-0. Because winning 2-1 would be a real feat. I think Radu just 2-0 is Armani. I mean, he's just stronger. And Kurania will beat Katsu 2-1. So, Radu makes it out of the group in really dominant fashion, +5. I mean, not as strong as Blinky, but, or Sim is back, but like, it's a very strong group, and he's made it out +5. I think he's going to go really deep in this competition. Kurania makes it out, just like he did at APAC. Katsu makes it out. They made me very happy to have Jake Lyons in 4th, because I maybe don't think he'll make it up to 4th, but, you know, I'd like him to, so that's where I put him. Armani Spigot hurts to see him knocked out, but there you go. Group D, a bit harder, again, shout out to Adam, great sheet, love it so much. So I think Foul takes us off Mata 2-0. I am so lazy at typing these all in. Junji loses this game to MK, the two Americans. This would be a really interesting group for those two to see which one performs better. I'm really not sure, but in this case, I think I've said MK is going to do better across the board. I think Foul loses to MK here. I then think Emon beats Mata 2-1. I really don't know how that matchup goes. I think Kodiak wins the moving game, but Junji sweeps him here. I think MK probably goes 2-1 against Mata in this matchup. I think Kodiak will beat Foul overall. I think Kodiak's a stronger moving player. I think he can take an NPC game off of Foul. I think Emon goes 0-2 against Junji. I think MK will win this game 2-1. I think Kodiak takes the moving. He is the only real moving main in this lobby. I think Junji beats Mata 2-0. I then think Emon takes one game off Foul, but not both. I think Mata takes one game off Kodiak, but not all. I think Emon takes a game off MK. And then I think Foul will actually beat Junji here, despite Junji beating him in the group, which I think puts Foul into, 3rd in the group, putting him into the quarterfinals, knocking out Kodiak. It hurts to see that. It hurts to see Kodiak go out like that. But very close group, super close group there with 3 players on 3 and 2. So going to be very exciting. So we move on to the playoffs, which are still very hard to predict. Very strong players here. I think Constance beats Zigzag here. Scale was lucky to make it out of his group, but he won't get any further. I think Kurania takes a 3-2 victory against Foul. I think Constance takes a 3-2 victory against Finbar, and I said Constance, that's correct. So, and I think GG takes a 3-2 victory against Kratzer, the left side really, dominating here. And the champions of America and Asia also making out of the group, and last year's World Cup champion and the good. I think Bag loses to Constance here. Hurts me to do it. I love them both so much, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think MK loses to Kurania here, 1-3. Although that game is, I'm really undecided. The thing is, I think they're both going to lose to Constance, so I don't mind too much who I pick out of here. But this is for me the hardest game to pick of the whole thing. I think Blinky beats Corkscrew. I think he's just a stronger moving player. He can take one of the NM games and win 3-1. And I think Radu just 3-0s Ginger here. He's just going to be on insane form. Like finals day, Radu is going to be a different beast to everyone else. I think Constance goes 3-1 against Kurania here, and I think Blinky goes 2-3 against Radu. So it's a Constance Radu final. Constance back in the final because I'm biased again. I don't think he gets a game, but I think Radu wins this. Radu, World Cup champion. So that's it. There you go. One more look at the standings. So winning of the groups. We'll make it out. Constance makes it farther than Blinky in the end, despite losing to Blinky in the first game. But I think that's the only game Constance is going to lose until he meets Radu. So that's fine. It's going to be a good one. Good luck to all the players. I really hope all of them could win. They're not going to. I hope all of them win. Really excited for this World Cup. I'm not going to be able to watch it live. I'm going to watch it all on catch up. So I will avoid YouTube, Discord, everything like the plague for like 4 days, and then watch every single game, hopefully on catch up. So good luck to all the players, and good luck to my prediction sheet. I hope it bears better than some of mine for the regionals have done. So thanks for watching. I don't know why you watched it, but thank you, and goodbye.